Hi, I'm Nick Kappa with Stellantis, and we're going to walk through some of the cool new features while we're at the Jeep Grand Cherokee program for the new Uconnect 5 system. So some of the cool features that maybe not everybody knows about, but we want to make sure people understand is a customization capability of the Uconnect 5 system. So right now you can see from the main screen here that somebody has set it up so they have nav here, they've got the radio piece of it so that they can see, and then their phone hooked up. But really this is some valuable real estate here, and would you use that real estate for that when you can also have the navigation system in the cluster? So you can thumb the cluster through to load the map. So if you could have the navigation cluster or navigation screen in your cluster right there in a 10-inch screen versus this, then let's use this real estate for something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this page. As you can see from the navigation screen right now, we're pretty much in the middle of nowhere. This is actually Chrysler's proving grounds that we are in Chelsea, Michigan. So right now, although it doesn't show anything on the map, that's the reason why we're kind of in the middle of a field, a grass field. But one thing is that I just want to show you that you can actually create your own home page, and that's the thing that comes on every time you turn the car on. So the first thing you're probably going to want to do is make sure you have your profile up, and you can pick your profile. Now for you, I've got a dragon avatar here, but we can edit the avatar, and we can make you this crazy guy right here if we wanted to, and then save it. So now you're going to show up there as your avatar as well instead. So that's your profile, and everything you set then, if you see it up there, becomes your settings when you turn the car on. All things. This whole top row here that you see, these 4 items, they're from this menu right here. Now you can actually grab those shortcuts and put them up in the way you see fit. So for example, you may feel like Wi-Fi is pretty important, so you don't necessarily need to know it's you because maybe you have your car. So you pull that out of there, removed it, and you want to put Wi-Fi up in there. Now if you got kids, you know that as soon as you get in a car they start screaming Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi. You want that quick touch. So those are your hot links up there. You can pull that down, that menu, from those little bars right there, this little menu drop down. The other thing I want to show you is the home screen creation. So again, this is what happens when you first get in the vehicle. First thing you're going to do is find your layout, and this makes sense. So we're going to add a widget. Now there's a lot of things you can put in there, but one that makes it easy for you is the shortcut one, because that gives you 6 different things you pop in there. And this is all, again, the customization. Now let's talk about some of the things you're going to need as soon as you get in the car. Some of the things you always are going to touch on. Living in Michigan, I can tell you for sure, out of the seats and wheels, I'm going to probably want my steering wheel heated. I'm probably going to want my driver's seat heated. And I'm probably going to want, today especially, because it's hot outside, the driver vent there as well. So now I've got my creature comforts fit. I don't want to turn that off, it's too hot outside. And on this side, the other thing that you're going to touch on all the time is your media, right? So what you're going to be listening to. And do you listen to FM or AM?
FM and Sirius.
FM and Sirius, so pop that in there. Let's pop in Sirius as well. And then just because you may decide that you want to do your stream for your phone too. So now you got your creature comforts and your media taken care of. Now what else can you think of that you touch on every time you get in the car? How about climate?
Climate and the seats, maybe the position of the seats. Can you?
That's part of your avatar.
Okay.
You've already set that up. So you are right now looking at my personal home screen. This is how I set it up. When I get in the car, I start it. This is what I want at my fingertips. I don't have to go find the buttons, although they're there. I want it right there all the time. But I might want a second screen. So I can add another page. And I got to pick a layout. So let's use this layout. A new page is added, and let's add here, let's make this my off-road page. I'm going to put the pitch and roll in there, and I'm going to throw in the suspension category too. So now I got my off-road page too. And at any point in time, if I decide I don't want one thing to one place, I want to move things around, I can easily change things from one place to another and switch them around. So let's say I want this widget here or this widget here. I can move them around on the screen at any point in time.
I've noticed that the reaction of the screen is like immediate.
Yeah,
it's like, what can you explain what kind of technology is in there?
So we wanted to use a system that was familiar, so the gestures themselves, the swiping, and also we use the Android system, so that opened things up for a lot of us, for us to use a lot of different apps. So that's also really important. But so as you can see right now, it's all set up, it's customized, and you can set up the Uconnect 5 system to where it makes the most sense for you, because really there's only so much dash you can have. So you have to put the added content someplace and make it easy to touch. The goal is to get everything within one touch that you're going to use all the time. But we do make it possible to get it within two. So
Yeah,
you have your
really
different
amazing,
features.
yeah. So, and this is just part of the Uconnect 5 system, right?
Yeah, that's just some of the customized features of it. Obviously, you're going to have your wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, the wireless charging piece of it. The cluster itself has a lot of new features in it as well. Right, the wireless charging pad.
And this also is very simple. I mean, there's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons that you can touch, but there's a lot of going on here too.
Let's talk about your cluster for a second. Using your thumb, you see these buttons up and down, and you can scroll through the different screens. Go to screen 8, and up in the upper left corner you can see the numbers you're at. 6 is audio, 7 messages.
Okay.
Now you're in the heads-up display. Because display on, you can actually set, you can see the brightness of your heads-up display. Does this car have night vision in it?
Yes.
So you even have a night vision menu item too. If you just go up and down, it'll hit it.
The other cool thing is that you can change the look of the whole cluster, right? It's from analog to
digital.
Very cool.
So you have really 3 places that you're getting information from, and the larger screens and the customization gives us the capability of delivering the information to you while you're driving at the right time. So it's the right information at the right time, and the screens actually help us do that.
So 1, 2, and 3.
Right. It's a 10.1, 10.25, and 10.
Can you talk a little bit about the Macintosh audio system?
So that's actually quite fun too. So let's go ahead and get some music going here. And so since we've already had your home screen set up here, we can go ahead and hit Sirius XM. And let's find out what you got playing on here. All right, a very English station you have here. That's okay, that's great. So in the app drawer here, you click on the app drawer, and this is where all your apps are. You can go through here and make sure you're looking at the right category. So you have your favorites, your recents, categories, and all. I always search through all because I generally am probably trying to look at something that I might not have saved. There's your Macintosh app, and now you have your old school gauges, right? Now, a lot of us may not recognize that as something that I don't understand why that's so cool, but for those of us who grew up in the 80s, we loved having something like that, and now it's all digital.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And the Uconnect 5 system is standard in all the versions, right?
Yep. It's the Android operating system. It's 5 times faster than the previous system, and we've got a lot more customization on it. That's the key point, is turning the system into something that you can use every day, that makes it something that you're not going to want to look at and say, that's going to be too much for me to handle. It's actually very simple to use, and it has a lot of common gestures, things that you've seen before, to make it a very familiar system to other personal electronic devices that exist.
So there's not only the technology, but also the materials, the luxury, the design, and the most you can spend in one of these cars is around 65, right?
Well, now you're talking outside my realm of expertise.
Well, but that's what it is. It's around 65.
Right, okay.
And Jeep is not considered a luxury brand, but if I bet you, if you like blindfolded someone and put him inside of this car and cover the Jeep logos, they will think they're like in some fancy European vehicle,
especially with the in-car technology.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's really amazing, and the value for this, I mean, for the money, you can expect to pay twice as much and probably don't get half of what you get in this one.
Now that's the thing too, is that we're finding that more than half the buyers out there are considering the in-car technology piece. So integrating the new screens and the technology with the interior and the new materials, and as you said, making it feel like real wood and making it look like real wood, because it is real wood, rather than some polished piece of plastic or something like that, that's important. And our customers are going to want to know and recognize that every time they get in the vehicle.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Nick. As always, thank you for having us here, and we're going to go off-roading now, because it can do that too.
Right.